Hello everyone. I basically just wanted to show you that Argent Shotz 2.0 is coming along very well. Already hear some ambience in the background. That's just with a few little echo effects applied, so just a bit of echo cat. Quite a nice bit of fun. On the lowdown, got a bit of filter on there. And this really is quite a versatile kontakt library. This is just the Argent Pulse suite. The other suites are going to be similar to this, but use different samples. This one's kind of short for rhythmic motifs. Each thing will essentially have a description with it, and they'll all have a very similar UI layout. I'm going to make custom kind of nice little buttons, probably green, very similar to these actually, because I quite like them. But they're going to function the same. So I'm just going to do a little walkthrough with you guys on what we've got. We've obviously got the volume, and that'll affect all the volume across all the samples. The way it works is you won't have individual sample volume switches at the moment, not for the Argent Pulse suite, but for the other suites you will, do with grouping and a lot of these other things. But this one's really aimed at making rhythmic motifs, hence the reason why you won't have the ability to change individual sample volumes. It's all about switching samples and creating something which kind of morphs on the fly, which is something really fun, which I've been working on. And from there, you can change this hyper sample. I've given it a little slider. Why have I given it a little slider? You're about to hear. Ooh. I like it. You can kind of hear that now we can change the sample around on the fly, like per trigger, and that's essentially just a really cool algorithm you can put in there. It's not random, you can just draw a little automation codes with it. I could probably make it random, but I decided not to. And then from there, we have envelope. Maybe you want something a bit softer, you don't want those transients in there. Or maybe you want to really accentuate it. Again, we can hear that how that attack is essentially fading in and out. I don't think it reflects very well on this sample. If we crank the release up, you'll hear a bit of more of that tail in there. Try changing the sample. Now you can hear that kind of tail dropping off. Okay, cool. Get a bit more of an aggressive sound going. Going down a bit. Then what we can do is increase saturation and compression. Actually change the tone of the compressor. Maybe you want it in parallel. Right, so we figured out the full kind of normal utility of the Argent Shotz suite here. There's another thing I added in, you might be able to see it here on the right. Essentially, what this is going to do is add more samples on top. Now you might ask, how does that happen? Surely the samples will play different keys. I've gone in and I've manually essentially put in all the keys for this. There's at least 64 at the moment, at least 64 loaded in at the moment. I'm going to increase that to 128 for this instance of the Argent Pulse. And then I'm going to do similar for different lengths of sample, essentially, like it's going to be a lot of manual work, but basically that's why I've left another week at the end just to kind of finish that off. I've done the majority of the programming for this, so we'll hear that's how that sounds. We can change the sample again. Even add in another sample. And if you really want to go overboard, if we had a little bit of crunch on top. So yeah, that's Argent Pulse. It will be contained within the final version of the Kontakt library in Argent Shotz 2, which will be coming out on December the 20th, regardless of essentially when I want to put it out and stuff. I'm going to just release it then and do the marketing afterwards, because I think this thing wants to get out there and I want to hear people's feedback. Thank you very much for watching.
Systems online, as you wish.
Okay. Launch musical industrial complex.
Initiating.